And if you have this book, also shamatha meditation is inside this book. Chapter, where is the chapter? It's chapter 5. So if you don't have the book, also you can download the April ebook. You can download this one. You can put my name, Khenpo Samdup, so you can find this book in the, you can download. And now we have here some also PowerPoint. Last time I created separate. So if you have that, you can use that too. So this shamatha meditation, I know that mostly you have already this teaching. You learned that lots already. Some here I can see in the Zoom our people, many already have many times this teaching. So this stage of meditation book, you know, we follow the two sections. It's one part is called method, one part wisdom. So it's wisdom. We have here on 4 thoughts, turn the mind, first chapter, how to meditate on love, second chapter, how to meditate on compassion, third chapter, how to meditate on bodhicitta, that is the 4th chapter. So that is all belong to part of the method. So now how to meditate shamatha, how to meditate on vipassana, how to meditate on develop stagement of skillful means, how to meditate on the completion stage of wisdom. So that is belong to the part of the wisdom. So you have to know that two categories. And, you know, all this Buddha's teaching is subsumed to two categories, and the method and the wisdom. So this shamatha is like first state of wisdom starting. It's this meditation is the most important shamatha meditation. It's actually, if we don't practice shamatha, and then all these meditations, if your mind is followed by, you know, somebody mind is not stable, then you cannot really meditate. Even you cultivate compassion also very hard. Even you compassion, cultivate love also is not easy. Then of course, like we go up to a higher level meditation, like talk about the vipassana and talk about the mahamudra is more harder. And that's just like more deeper level. Then yesterday we talked about the polarity and how to visualize this Buddha Amitabha, all this visualization also based on this shamatha meditation. So without shamatha meditation, if you hard to visualize when you meditate, very hard to visualize because your mind is not stable, right? It's easy to follow the thoughts. So that's the reason we have to meditate shamatha, and we have to, the main point, we have to create our own mind is more stable. And so not just all the time follow the thoughts. So your mind needs to relax and stable. Long as your mind is stable and relaxed, then you can do other practices very easy. Because if you have the basic, this shamatha meditation, other meditations, it's easy to do, easy to practice. Without the shamatha, it's harder. So when you meditate shamatha, you have to learn the many different kind of, you know, method, like what you need, conditions. So shamatha meditation himself, that self is very easy, but you need many create method, and you have to create conditions for that. So that part is harder. Sometimes like you wanted to meditate, but you know how to meditate, but you know some circumstances, condition comes, you cannot meditate. You know, it's easy to lose focus and so much emotion arise. So then you have to know how to, you know, release that, control that. So that's why it's have a more explain for in this teaching how to meditate on shamatha. See, that is the autonomic bodhicitta is beyond all constructs. It's like this is the autonomic means absolute truth teaching. This book is followed by your two categories: relative truth bodhicitta, we call absolute truth bodhicitta. So right now we're going into the absolute truth bodhicitta. What means absolute truth bodhicitta is beyond all constructs. It is total clarity, only accessibly with autonomic truth. So it is undefined, like the flame of a butter lamp stopping of wind. So wind is the same as the thought. So you know this, like we have this butter. Butter means like candle, you know. If candle is in the wing, is like easy to die, or maybe like chicken, not stable. So this shamatha meditation is like butter is without the wing like that. Is your mind is more stable. To accomplish this realization of autonomic bodhicitta, so we needed to meditate and gain familiarity with the shamatha and the vipassana practice, since all samadhi practice are subsumed in these two. So we have so many different kinds of meditations in the Buddhism. So the most essence important part is the vipassana and the shamatha and the vipassana. Shamatha is the first, vipassana is the second level. So these two is the essence of the meditation. All the meditations subsumed in these two. So then we have like visualization. Visualize also part of the shamatha, but it's different. It's usually we say like spatial object, using spatial object. So spatial method, actually part of shamatha, but it's a spatial method. Practice are subsumed in these two. All yogis and yoginis should practice shamatha and vipassana meditation at all times. So we have to practice this all times, not just only one time enough. Yeah. The reason is our mind is follow the thoughts, is unbeginningless time, internal, really, really long time. So our mind is so strong habitual, easily follow the thoughts. So that kind of changing is not easy. You know, it's not easy to control. Habit is so strong, mind habit is so strong, follow the thoughts. If we don't practice this shamatha vipassana often and often, so you really cannot control your crazy mind. What needed to come together for the practice of shamatha? So when we practice shamatha, we need some conditions that have to come together. Without the conditions, it's very hard to meditate for beginners. If you are a meditator, then without a condition is okay. So everywhere you have good conditions, but it's like this is for beginner. We need to come these conditions. You should be a place that is constructive to practice, have few desire. So we need something, support our meditation, and not be too overwhelming with work and activities. So you're overwhelming work and activities, then your mind cannot really meditate and practice because it's so busy. So the place of practice should be imbued with the 5 qualities. This is traditionally people who go to retreat and meditate. So they look for these five qualities in the place. If you don't go to the retreat, but your home, you have to make all is a comfort, and make space is like quiet and a good way to, you have to find like some condition, good condition for your practice. Being a place where food and clothing are easily accessible, and the one is safe and not vulnerable to harm from enemies and harmful energies. So we who going to meditate longer, and then also think about food, because food is important. And so you go to too much some nobody, remote area, and also sometimes like, some place winter cannot get, some place summer cannot get. If you're stuck like that kind of place, you cannot meditate. Also you get a very difficult life. You have to know where you get food, like you understand have to that. And then also no violent place. Otherwise, you have difficulty, your safety. There are no contagious disease. So then no disease. Otherwise, also they also affect your life too. This is what is known as good location. Once companions or neighbors should be imbued with the ethical discipline and share the same views. So everyone like say, okay, we will meditate. It must have the same view, same intention. So if you going to meditate some group together and they're not really same view, no companies go together, also affect each other. No, you cannot completion your practice. So this is what is known as good companies. During the day, there should not to be many people around one, and during the night, there should not be a lot of noisy. So that kind of condition we have to find. And I'm going to go a little bit fast here this section because we don't have much time. And I just want to share this and text. It's all this information is in here. It's explained. So the most people knows, like I talked many times when I created this stage meditation book, and really, we just need what we really need, easy to understand. And important all sections are created in this book. So follow the meditation guide. You can see like you go to other many teachings books, you really cannot find like this, or everything's included, different kind of meditation guide. So usually in Tibetan books talk about the compassion. It's a whole book is about that. Talk about maybe bodhicitta. The whole book is almost like that. And then some is like lots use the like intellectual, and especially the different quote, or Buddha said that, or Shanti Deva say like that, Nagarjuna say like that. So many different Buddhist teachings say like this, so many collections together. So that's why as even the talk about the shamatha meditation, 100 pages, not like that kind of like condensed. You cannot find easily like this. So in a conducive practice place such as the one described above, you first give rise to the highest motivation to place all sentient beings in the state of enlightenment and imbue your mind with a great compassion. So this is like just a direction of someone going to the retreat, meditate maybe one way, commitment, or maybe 1 month, maybe a couple of years, like someone going to retreat. So that person have to do this way. So I will also, of course, like when you meditate, you change your intention. It's very important. Intention, if you change your intention, then your practices become benefit yourself and benefit for others. So otherwise, like you meditate shamatha, just you get temporarily, you get relax and peace, but we really cannot say that is benefit future life. Yeah, the power of the intention. So when you go to especially retreat, the longer section, you must have to create intention. So I'm going to do this meditation practice for myself and for other beings too, you know, benefit for. That's the reason I'm going to do this meditation. You must have to have, you know, bodhicitta intention. Then when we do short time, you know, you just like close eye and cultivate like, I'm going to do this meditation to myself and benefit for others. So some like kind of you create intention. You have to bring all the time, like whatever you're doing, virtuous deeds, like me and others together. So usually the teaching say all others, but it's very hard for beginners. It's I and others easy together. So that's you have to create intention all the time, whatever you do, through the body, speech, and the mind. To all Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas through the 10 directions. So then we have to do offering. Then you offer and the prostration with the 5 branches to all Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas through the 10 directions. We visualize all this in the 10 directions everywhere. So we offering mentally and off. Mentally, you can do prostration. If you have a tanka and a statue, then you can physically do prostration too. Next, make offerings and prayers and condense with your capacity. Confess negative actions. So chant the 7 branch prayer and rejoice in the merit of all beings. When you sit cross-legged in the posture of illustrious Vairocana. Do not open your eye uncomfortably wide or nor close them completely. So here is the talking about the 7-point posture when you're doing meditation. So this all is a guide for the beginners. We have to create our bodies, you know, first like body habituate. And as long as you have a body habituate for meditation, then easy to meditate wherever you sit down. So otherwise, hard to, you know, connect with the meditation. So you have to create a condition yourself. What we have to do, and you just when you meditate, cross the leg and the hand is put in the knee, and then along your spine, change slightly down. The tongue is touching behind the teeth. The breathe from the mouth, so can open the wide, so the kept slowly, you know, the tongue touch the mouth. Then even your nose is blocked, but you can meditate. That's why we have to breathe from the mouth. It's also changed our habituate. Usually you breathe from the just nose and everywhere. It's not mindful. So when you meditate, like tongue touch behind the teeth and just softly touch the cap slowly, and then breathe go from the mouth, but you don't have to put effort like pushing, forcing, and live just naturally. So create that. That's changed your body habits. So long as you have a good body habit for meditation, then wherever you sit, don't you right away like that, you know. Then you can meditate everywhere. If you don't have a like body's habitual, it's harder everywhere. It's harder to meditate. That's why it's called the first is body training and mind training. 2 sessions coming. So 7-point posture. Then eye contact is very important. So eye contact is also dependent individual. If you have lots of thoughts going on, then I should draw the nose. You know, your mind is a monkey mind, crazy. So draw the nose. If you have fogginess, sleepy, no, far away. If you don't have that 2 problems, just right amount, not too far, not too close, right amount. If you low too far, it's distracting. If you low too close, it's become you get foggy, sleepy, and that's why you have to low right amount. But then you get sleepy, you have to low far away. If you get distractions, then low down the nose. So all that is you know dependent individual. You have to recognize what you need. then I cannot close, when you open the eye, it's very softly, gently open. Otherwise, your eye can get tired and pain. If you too tight, open too wide is no good for your eyes. And need to very softly open means get the object, but you have to see the object and close, like almost close eye, but you're seeing the object. So like that way you have to meditate. Otherwise you get hurt your eye. So you see all the statues of Buddhas like those like almost very peacefully, and open. That way you have to meditate. So then meaning your seat facing with your body in one direction without substituting. Keep your tongue and your lips naturally and press your tongue gently against your palate behind your front teeth. Let your breathing be very natural and spontaneously without even feeling your in-breath or your out-breath. That is the shamatha. So we have like mindful meditation, we have a shamatha meditation, two different sections there. Mindful is more gross level. Shamatha is a more subtle level. Mindful meditation is so you recognize breathing, breathe out, mind be with that, So that is a gross level, good for the, and for beginner. First, when you go into the meditate, you have to do focus with the mindful is great. But then when into shamatha means like very subtle. See, this is the exactly, let your breath be very natural, no any forcing, no pushing. The mindful, exhale, we're doing that way. Many people think I'm doing shamatha meditation. Actually, that is no shamatha, it's only for mindful part. Mindful meditation also many different levels. So, and spontaneously without even feeling your in-breath or your out-breath. So that time is your mind is very subtle. Then you really don't recognize your out-breath or in-breath. Like just someone watch you, you are just no breathing. Looks like dead person, dead person like took down meditation. That kind of, some other people watching you seeing like that. Then you're doing correctly. Okay, so otherwise, like there's no meditating that one. There is no called shamatha. That's time your mind is still follow the thoughts, or you just like something going on there, not peacefully abiding. Shamatha means like peacefully abiding. Tibetan called she, ne. She means peace. Ne means abiding. Be there, So that's the important section. Just let your breath be very natural and spontaneous without even feeling your in-breath on your out breath. When you get into that one, then you really feel the shamatha benefit. Until that, even you think you're doing shamatha meditation, but not really that is shamatha. Still, you're just part of another meditations. Like we say, mindful, different kind of mindful meditation. Then begin shamatha meditation practice as follows. So the literal meaning of the term shamatha, so I already talked, is peaceful abiding, referring to resting peacefully in the state and not convoluted by the busy network of thoughts and concepts. These are two kinds of shamatha meditation with referring points and meditation beyond referring points. So we have two kinds of points there, shamatha meditation. Shamatha meditation is not hard, but the problem is when thoughts comes, what are you going to do? So usually we don't recognize when thoughts comes, we don't recognize. Then we chasing the thoughts, follow the thoughts. So some people are meditating, and low is like meditating, but actually the follow the thoughts. If the who don't know the when thoughts comes, they don't recognize. It's follow the thoughts. Then how there is just it's wasting time lots. So that's the reason we have one method. One method is a short section, many times. If you're going to do 1 hour meditation, so you have to break down like maybe 5 minutes, first beginners, 5 minutes. So don't get up your kitchen, then you just maybe drink water or just look around, like, breathe just mindfully, strongly, exhale, inhale, then go back to again. So that helps you, no wasting time. 5 minutes. If you can, then your meditations, you feel better, and you can go up to 10 minutes each section. Then you can go up to 20 minutes. Then 1 hour, you can go up 1 hour. Just no need to take any there's sections, or 1 hour is okay. So beginners, the problem is when thoughts comes, don't recognize, then follow the thoughts. So first, like very small, tiny thought comes. Maybe you're thinking about just this morning, like breakfast or something like that. And then that take you to yesterday, then take you to last week, then take you to last year, then take you to all the, like childhood, all the thoughts bring. So when you meditate, many thoughts arise. Means like endless. Usually you think you don't have that much thoughts. When you meditate, you have more thoughts. The reason is like you recognize when you meditate, you have thoughts. Oh, so many thoughts going, you recognize. Usually we don't recognize, we have thoughts. So that's the reason short time is really good to use, like short time, short section. So shamatha, I told you the method is very important how to do. And otherwise, like you just wasting lots of time yourself. So now, the first kind of meditation with the focal object can be divided into 2 categories. We use the object there. Object is called support. This support is for beginners need, The main point why it's called the support object is like someone we say independently, can do shamatha meditate. That's the reason need something support. If you cannot get up yourself, like you need something like, holding first, then you can get up, right? So like that, you need something support for beginners. Without that, your mind cannot control, because to go all over the place. You cannot control your mind. That's the reason you need support. So support has 2 things: meditation with visual object and meditation without visual objects. With visual object is we use something focus object. With meditation without visual object is like focus breath. So these 2 things, shamatha. For the meditation with visual object, you use something as an object of focus, but not to light color. The why is the light color is the reason is not good for your eye. Place your intention on that object without diverting it, and gaze penetrantly at the object. Rest in your mind long as you can in that very vividly, clearly emptiness. So your mind focus with the object, and then mind resting with that is like become your mind be in the state like calm and peace. Then you see also your mind is like vivid, clear, and empty. So that means like you really go more deeper shamatha meditation is easily go into vipassana and mahamudra. So the main point also, without the shamatha meditation, you cannot really meditate vipassana and mahamudra. So it's kind of not possible. If your mind does not want to stir and the thought suddenly comes up, instantly recognize the thought. So you have to recognize you have a thought. Right away, have to bring back to focus with the object. When you recognize you have a thought. As soon as you recognize it, immediately cut through it and go right back to placing your intention directly on the object of focus. Keeping your awareness there, so you keep your awareness with the object, let your mind be in its natural state without getting convoluted by conceptual thoughts, such as the focal object is taken inside by my mind, or my mind is taken outside by the focal object, or mind and the focal object are one or separate. If you think that, it's distraction. So you cannot use any analytical, don't investigate anything. That's why good is like focus object is not colorful, it's good. If you see colorful, then mind is like easily, follow the different colors and investigating. So because it's our mind is already used to and habituated that way, So very simple things can take you to, distracting and create lots of thoughts. So that's why it's like when you meditate shamatha, you have to keep the object also very simple. Usually we use the crystal. Crystal is or the good for good for eye also crystal, and secondly, crystal has many symbolized meanings. The crystal is like symbolized is your natural mind. So you see the crystal is like empty is seeing is empty, it's clarity is empty, emptiness is a clarity. So only the what we sharing this mind nature is symbolized is this crystal has. So the crystal, small kind of crystal kept in your front and the mind resting with that. Even you go more deeper level meditation, also this crystal help you. Because you see the crystal is like empty, clear, also kind of present. It's like empty, clarity is inseparable. It's here it's talking about a vivid clarity, or is the crystal has that symbolize you. Then you use that seeing that helps you go into the Mahamudra meditation too. So that's why it's like when we do the ritual empowerment, the teachers use the crystal. The crystal is a symbolize your natural mind. The meaning is like they're introducing your natural mind. So use this symbolized crystal. So then let your mind be in this natural state without getting finished and so forth. It is certainly acceptable to use the image of Tathagata. Okay. So another is see shamatha meditation and vipassana has different. We using different method. This shamatha meditation. Vipassana. This is shamatha meditation. Shamatha meditation. So you need a little bit tight up. Tight up means like body's posture. And your awareness also bring very strong, sharper. Like I'm not going to allow the thoughts arise, and watching the thoughts. When thoughts comes, right away stop there. So then mind go back to focus with the object. So you go into the vipassana, you cannot do that way. You don't have to do that way. We call the not rejecting, not accepting. So when thoughts comes, you cannot reject the thoughts. You cannot accept the thoughts. Vipassana, you have to reject the thoughts. Shamatha, you have to reject the thoughts. means like when mind, awareness, mindful, watch. If thought comes right away, stop there. Not let arise thoughts. So the using different method, shamatha vipassana. This is for more beginners. Shamatha is more for beginner. Vipassana is more deeper level. And then deeper level means like when you go into the vipassana, you have some levels ability to, or accept or change. Even thoughts comes, the thoughts not really that kind of bad for you. Like you can accept thoughts, you can use the thoughts, or thoughts is like take into the liberating. You can liberating thoughts. So when we meditate the vipassana section, we can say like liberate thoughts. But shamatha, we don't say liberate thoughts. Cut the thoughts, stop the thoughts. So the beginners cannot liberate the thoughts, cannot liberate emotions. So you are more used to meditate, you have become more practitioner, then you can liberate the thoughts, liberate emotions. Say, no, this is for more beginners. Like we have to put effort strong, and everything's like our body posture, mind, everything have to like create more tight. So tight is also, they talk about, different method followed by individual. So if you're too tight, also no good. You also no good. You easily falling asleep. Create like fogginess, easy to like create fogginess. Mind is easily follow the thoughts, and the body is also easily falling asleep. So that's the reason you need to create a balance, and especially someone who has more foggy and sleepy mind, his body needed to tighten up. So that's the shamatha method we have to use. So then here it is certainly acceptable to use in image of Tathagata Buddha Shakyamuni. So shamatha meditation is not for only Buddhists, like religion accepting, right? So everyone can meditate and practice, even you are not Buddhist. So who want to minds become relaxed and peaceful, who seeking that person also can meditate shamatha. So someone like not thinking about future life, only thinking about in this life, that person also can meditate shamatha. They have really helpful in this life. Become life is more peaceful and happy life. So the who believe the Buddhists, then that way, use the Buddha's object is called more special object. And follow this one, the person must have to have devotion. So if no devotion, then you're using the special object, Buddha's object, also just same as regular object. And not really devotion that much, and better don't use this, Shakyamuni Buddha image, because it's that color also become distracting. Then who has devotion, who has follow the religion, then use the Buddha Shakyamuni image or other Yedam deities image, that's bring the more joy, and you can more connect with that. So this is using special method, object we call it usually special method. And originally I just talked to like shamatha people who think that way. Actually, shamatha benefit not only this life. Shamatha meditation benefit future lives. The reason is when we die, so our mind is not dying, right? Mind is not dying. So practice meditation is all create quality in the mind. So that benefit you take to the future lives. That's the reason you can see the, like habitual It's when someone born, so much nervous, anger, emotions. Some has like also pick up the previous life habitual. It must be all same. Why not same? Because it's followed by previous life karmic imprints habitual. So someone meditate in this life, shamatha, the person even not accept future life or not thinking about enlightenment, anything, but that person future life become different than others. There has more, joy, happy, and also reborn, of course, reborn to the higher realms, and more condition comes. So that is a benefit of future life. Then, of course, someone who believed the future life and who wanted to enlightenment, they use the bodhicitta method. Before we practice shamatha, practice bodhicitta and intention, good intention create. And then you use these 7 branch prayers and create that in the mentally practicing. Then you practice shamatha. That is the causes of Buddhahood again. So that person is going to not only higher realms, they're going to create the causes of Buddhahood. So no, this one, see, this setting is set to use in image the Tathagata Buddha Shakyamuni. So you can use Buddha's image or the like you in visual object when the mind becomes unclear or cloudy and so forth. Such as image is very helpful when you are visualize the deity appearance in all its vivid present. Do not get convoluted with conceptual about the deity's body, color, or implements, being this way or that way, or varying of if your visualization is clear or unclear. So, or anything, you cannot convolute it like that way, So means do not get convoluted. So that's what you do not convoluted is all this, even you using images. Don't, picking up the wise, like we talk about the Torah teaching, Varja Yogini, why she has knife, why she has like to go knife, why she's like naked, why she has fresh fats. You cannot convolute it like that thoughts create. Then that is not meditation. So that's why just make it easy and simple. Place your mind directly on the deity's body and let your awareness simply rest there without wandering off. So mind resting with that, focused with the object. Then long as you have, of course, devotion, so see this image, object, mind resting with that, and arise devotion to the Buddha, and then it's naturally your feeling is different. Your feeling is naturally different. So there's like all need like kind of like so many cause conditions have to come together. We cannot say, oh, how to get my devotion. So you cannot really point in one source. So how can I get blessing from Buddha? You cannot really point in one source. You have to create many conditions and then naturally comes. So that cannot really organize something, so step by step. You have to create all these conditions, then all the conditions comes, then no one can stop that. It's naturally, this result is arise. See all these plants, it's all the condition comes, all plants come. No one can stop that. So then each plant has many causes conditions there. Is one condition missing, the plants, fruit, or whatever the flowers, vegetables, and the plants cannot arise. So sometimes we don't see what causes missing. So that's why we have to create all the conditions. Then comes devotion, comes blessing, and this practice is a benefit. So that is the meditation with the focal object. Use the focal object and meditating. So actually not that hard. This one is easy. So long as you have a mindful awareness, you can meditate. This meditation is everywhere. So long as you have a mindful awareness, you always have time to do this meditation. So you just sit down and like when you have 5 minutes time, you can just resting with one object, focus. So you still like focus with the object, 10 minutes, something like that. You can see your mind, comes down, peace, relax. So this actually shamatha bring the inner peace and happiness. All these worldly beings, people looking happiness, but follow the auto object happiness, chasing, happiness, auto object. Auto object happiness is very temporary, easy to get, easy to lost. So we think about all these worldly beings looking happiness, where they're really looking happiness or external object. That's why no one has a permanent happiness. So we can see that, right? Only the meditators have a permanent happiness. Permanent happiness, like the always like happiness they has all the time. Wherever they go, have happy. This condition never lose their happiness. The change weathers, change place, and auto level circumstances change. Your happiness is never lost, always there. So that's the main point. This meditation brings the inner happiness. So this inner happiness is not only this life. So you can take to future life this happiness. Do you recognize that difference? Yeah. So think about this whole worldly people looking happiness, where they're looking happiness. It's all object, material object. Chasing that. So then that's the reason. Is everything is changing another way, and also the object is temporary, and all the time changing. So your happiness is like today you're really happy, get you something, tomorrow is not happy again. Today you done your job, you very happy. Tomorrow you have another job to done, so then you no success for that. Yesterday job done doesn't have you anything. Their happiness is your happiness is gone again. So you graduate in the kindergarten, you're very happy that day. Is next day, then you have to go another school, so no happy again. So never finish, right? Like that. So then whole life is follow like that. Goes like see all the school education never finish, never end. You think it's like when you get degree, graduate, you think you finish, no finish. Then actually you starting, you have to work. So you get job, then you think you're done? No, not done. You started again. So you think, oh, today job done, not done. Tomorrow you have to do again. So then you think, oh, I'm done this month, not done next month you have. So that's always a life is follow, right? When you're going to get married, you think, oh, I'm already perfect. Actually, you already started again. So whole follow life is like that, and then the main point is no one has permanent and really true happiness. So if you can follow this, of course, we have to follow this samsaric, this worldly things. Long as we stay in this world, we have to follow that. But if you know the how to meditate shamatha, you can change your life is different than other people. So if you meditate shamatha, still you're doing everything is the same as other people, then shamatha is not really impact your life, impact your life, changing your life. So main point is when you meditate shamatha, anything, this practice dharma, you can follow this worldly activity, everything, but you must be something different than others. Because you dealing with other things, like you have to use more method, and not stuck with like others' is suffering. Must be your mind is like freedom. You need to get freedom. Then comparing to others. So if you meditate, your mind is still exactly the same other people. That means your meditation is still not really, benefiting you. That means like your meditation is not really doing right direction. So that you recognize meditation benefit or not, you're doing really correctly or not. Okay. So now what we're going to do is 3:11. So now we're going to couple minutes breathe shamatha focus object and 5 minutes then going to do the achismo offering. Sit down correctly. Focus object, anything you find in front of you, just pick up and the mind resting with that. Good morning, everyone. So now we're going to do the Buddha Shakyamuni Puja first. Short refuge in this sadhana. In this one. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, the Spirit of example, I take refuge and try attain enlightenment through the merit of practicing jhana and so on. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Spirit of example, I take refuge and try attain enlightenment through the merit of practicing jhana and so on. May I attain Buddhahood for the benefit of all beings. Sanje je dain zo je jo nam la sanjo bar de dane jab zen je da ge jin so ji be so nam ji ro la ben ser sanje dro bar jo. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the secret happiness devoid of suffering. And may they dwell in boundless equanimity that is free from attachment and aversion. May all sentient beings enjoy happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the secret happiness devoid of suffering. And may they dwell in boundless equanimity that is free from attachment and aversion. Ma sem jen tam je dewa dan deve jo dan tempara jorje dongara dan dongara je jo dan drawara jorje dongara mebe dewa dan mandrawa jorje nyeren cha dan nye dan daru dan nyom se me bala ne bara jorje. Visualization Buddha Shakyamuni. Unborn, emptiness, and unceasing appearance of dependent arising are the way of illusory unity. Before me in the sky, meadows, wells, clouds of offerings, on a jewel lying throne in the lotus sign among disease, the incomparable teacher lying of the Shakyas, his body the color of gold, adorned with the major and the minor marks, clad in the three dharma robes, his is a Vajra posture, his right hand gracefully posing in the touching mudra, and his left hand in the gesture of meditation, holding on full of nectar, like a mountain of gold, manifesting his chances splendor, splendid beams of wisdom light across the whole expanse of space. The eight colossal suns, 60 eaters in the lake of West Ocean, like that in all noble beings, in second hand or our own. Simply think of him here in the grounds of the glory of the highest bliss, liberation from samsara and nirvana, the two extremes, his great being, perfect embodiment of every source of refuge. With your great compassion, you embassy the disabling the degenerate and me 580 aspirations. You are exalted as the white lotus, whoever heard your name shall never return to samsara. Most compassionate teacher, to you I pay homage. All my own and others, virtue of body, speech, and mind, together with all our possessions, visualize the light Samantha Buddha's offerings, clothes are offered to you. All the harmful actions and transgressions I have committed throughout the beginningless time, each and every one I know confess, with intense and heartfelt regret, in all the virtuous actions of the noble ones and ordinary beings, accumulated throughout the past, present, and future, I rejoice. Turn the way over perform and West Dharma teachings, ceaselessly in every direction I pray. Your wisdom bodies like space and remains changeless throughout the past, present, and future. Yet in the perception over those to be God. You go through the display of birth and death. Even so, let your form body continue always to ever. Through all the virtues I have accumulated in the past, accumulating now, and will accumulate in the future, for the sake of benefiting all beings who are infinite as space. May you, the severing of the Dharma, be forever pleasant, may all attain the state of the victorious one, the Lord of the Dharma. Living beings like us live in this general age, have no guidance and protection. Because of your kindness, caring for us with unsurpassing compassion, every manifestation in this world, know of the three jewels, is your enlightening activity. You are the only refuge, incomparable, spring so from our hearts we pray, with total confidence and faith. Do not neglect the great promise you made in times gone by, but hold us until we attain enlightenment with your compassion. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata Ahara, complete the perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shachamane Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Supreme Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata Ahara, complete the perfect Buddha, glorious conqueror, Shachamane Buddha, to you I pay homage, to you I make offerings, in you I take refuge. Lamai Dombai Jom Den De Yen She Ba Da Jom Ba Yang Da Para Zobe Sanje Para Jarwa Shakcha Tu Ba Lai San Te Lo Chu De Jab Zen Che Wo Dia Dao Mene Mene Ma Mene Yesoa Dia Dao Mene Mene Ma Mene Yesoa Dia Dao Mene Mene Ma Mene Yesoa. So now going to reciting the mantra and you and we're going to hear we are here in group, we're going to outside create a small offering. So you chant the mantra, stay there. Oh.
Ready to connect. Ready to connect.
You can't find it in yours. Guys, I cannot find it. Here. It's not Dynex and it's not the other one. Hold on.
Battery 100%. Charge.
Someone might be connected to it. I don't know. Me? Darkness? I don't know what that is. I don't think it's darkness. Is that the whole thing? Maybe?
Mobile device not found. Ready to connect.
No. You just try? Just want to see what happens. I mean, it could be the whole. All right.
So that I think that answers.
Khenpo, are you streaming this on Facebook? Because no one can find it anywhere.
Marilyn,
Yeah.
it hasn't shown up for a week, so that's not just today's problem. That's been for several days, so it's not going to get fixed right now, I don't think.
Okay.
I'm not sure why. I did send a message to Khenpo about it.
Yeah, and he sent me a link that I couldn't open. It was a Facebook Live link, so I don't know what's going on. Okay.
Oh, I think the Facebook Live link was just about the teachings today. I couldn't open it either, but I think it was just about the teachings today. But there's something up with the settings. I feel that's why it's saying live on Facebook, but we can't, it's not on there actually.
Yeah.
So that'll have to be figured out.
Okay. Thanks, Artie.
Okay.
That would be great. Just so you know, Khenpo, we can't hear. We can hardly hear you.
Sounds off. There's something strange with your sound.
We can't hear you at all now.
Maybe he has multiple connections to Zoom.
I think that's what's happening.
We should all disconnect.
There's other people right by you that are unmuted, so we can hear echo. Carolina.
I not have anyone's voice. Say something.
There you go. Say something, Khenpo.
He's tethering. I think the Wi-Fi is okay, right? Yeah. Did you tether with him, Gabby Lou? What? He's tethering. Is there a reason why he's not on Wi-Fi? I can change it. Because right now you're connected to.
No, we can.
Well, maybe.
We can hear you now.
Your phone's better? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
Much better. And just
can you hear?
Khenpo, your Facebook Live is not going on Facebook Live, okay? Just so you're aware.
Yeah, but it's you know, internet cannot ain't not strong. That's why.
Just so you know, okay?
It's loud.
Yeah, but this,
it doesn't work. Okay.
Doesn't work.
You want to stop recording?
The recording I'm not doing.
You want to stop the live stream? We can also upload it after when we have better internet, if you want. So if you record, we can upload it, no problem. We should actually put this.
I think Deb's recording, and I can post it on the YouTube and on the Facebook if you want.
That's a good idea, Marilyn.
Khenpo's not even moving. It looks like a statue.
Okay, David, can you turn the number now, please?
Did you say Debbie, Khenpo?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. So sure. Page 91. Namo, I go for refuge to the Lama, Padmasambhava, Chenrezig, and the three jewels, so that all mother sentient beings, as vast as the sky, achieve enlightenment. I give rise to bodhicitta. From the unfabricated empty nature of my mind, the play of unceasing clear and empty rigpa, I arise as noble Zambala, clear, white, holding a staff in the right hand, and a jewel-producing mongoose in the left. He is decorated with precious ornaments. He is on a cushion of lotus and moon, and sits in a position of authority on a turquoise dragon. He is surrounded by the retinue, the 4 classes of dakinis, all with their own hand implements and ornaments. At the crown are Amitabha and Chenrezig. the 5 families of the victorious longevity deities, and the Lama of Orgiana, Padmasambhava, father and mother. They arise in the vastness of empty clarity rainbow light, appearing but without self-nature. At the heart of Zambala on a moon, visualize the mantra garland and seed syllable. Light radiates, makes offerings to the victors, and gathers their blessings, purifying the obscurations of sentient beings and increasing longevity and merit, gathering all the accomplishments and dissolving into me. Blessings and accomplishments fall like rain.
Om Pema Dodaya Zambala Hridaya Hom Be. 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 Om Pema Dodaya Zambala Hridaya Hom. Om Pema Dodaya Zambala Hridaya Hom. Darkne Har Sisomja Senara Seso Pamjara Nyenda Wandam Jaya Vagad Vajankare Soha.
The assembly of deities gather into one and dissolve into the realm of Orgiana, the essence of the mind, objectless, vast purity, awe. By this virtue, may all transient beings have effortless, spontaneous attainment, and may there be good fortune in the land of the wealth deities of Orgiana. Ms. Khenpo?
Yeah, your voice is very soft. I hearing here. That's my problem or only everyone like that?
Could everybody hear me?
It was clear. It was clear.
I can
You're
hear
very
you,
loud, Debbie. I can barely hear Khenpo.
Okay, so I think it's your problem, Khenpo, sounds like on your end. You have a lot of smoke offering obstacles today. This is a good sign.
Okay, we hear.
Okay. So then can you chant actually make song under voice?
Who, Khenpo, chant the Achi?
You.
Oh, okay, sure. Om Sobhawa Shuddho Sarva Dharma Sobhawa Shuddho. A white syllable Ri appears out of the state of emptiness. From the Ri, infinite light streams forth and makes offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The light then returns and dissolves back into the Ri. The Ri then transforms in white Achichoki Droma, standing, tramples the 4 Mara demons beneath her 2 feet. She is dressed in a flowing brocade gown and adorned with various sorts of precious gems. Her right hand holds a silver mirror with which she looks into the 3 times of the past, present, and future, while with the left she brandishes the wish-fulfilling jewel that bestows upon supplication everything needed and desired. In her heart, upon the disk of a moon, is the white syllable Ri, surrounded by the syllables of the mantra.
Om Amataya Moha Chande Sarvande Randa Ranzande Mamande Hong Beito. Om Amataya Moha Yarande Sarvande Randa Ranzande Mamande Hong Beito. Om Amataya Moha Yarande Sarvande Randa Ranzande Mamande Hong Beito. Om Amataya Soha Yarande Savande Randa Ranzande Mamande Hong Bei Soha.
halter, gold bridle, silken strap, stirrup, slapus, lazuli, silk satin cushion, golden saddle, rides the laughing, glorious queen of space, through compassion appears your redu, surrounded by host of dakinis, endowed with the four activities, guardian who protects the doctorate, perfect place, magnificent drinkle, accept this Torma and our teachings, please perform all activities now, powerful lady who guides the teaching, with your vow to protect good students, Achi children and Redu, I pray to you, I offer, grant every wish, powerful lady who guides the teachings, with your vow to protect good students, Achi children and Redu, I pray to you, I offer, grant every wish, powerful lady who guides the teaching, with your vow to protect good students, Achi children and Redu, I pray to you, I offer, grant every wish. Arise, Vajra Yogini, upon the crown of my head, Jiktin Sumkon Ratna Shri, abides Nirmana Kaya, the balm resides in my heart, Ramyam and calm emanate, purify all samayas, emanate Oma and Hong, transform essence of offerings into their innate nature, offerings for each Buddha clan, fill the 3,000-fold world. Accomplished primordial nature, secret mandala, unborn radiance. I invite the protectors to come. Dakinis perform activities. Guardians abide by their commitment. Manifest from the Dharma to mandalas, primordial awareness. Called to come to this sacred place now. From the vast expanse of turquoise light and from the troves of the azure crag, elder sister Achi Namnazai, please come here and tame all obstructors emanating from ultimate space. Goddess is empowered with wisdom, protect the teachings of the Buddhas, and with your red news of four powers, chanting the Dakini's melody. Fast toast with your hands weaving mudras. Bring forth a cloud of smoke offering. Please descend to the sacred side now. Goddess, along with your retinue, please be joyfully seated on these thrones. I bring forth a cloud of offering. I prostrate with body, speech, and mind. Listen, in this place and supreme year, powers favorable for virtue, glorious Buddhas and their hearts, please extinguish suffering, accomplish all purposes as I make smoke offerings. Please disperse all obstacle, cleanse and purify impurities. Listen, clouds of sweet smelling smoke offerings, medicines that dispel emotions, silk brocade and incense, aloe wood, fragrant sandalwood and cedar wood, juniper, rhododendron, birch and all, various sweet smelling ambrosial trees, flour, yogurt, milk, all food and drink, purifying offerings of teachers to the meditation yogini, leader of all dharma protectors, dakinis of primordial awareness and commitment power, dakini, goddesses who devour, snatch away, heart mother, razor of the life force, mother of enlightened activity, thousandfold host of red flesh eaters, mummos and dakinis, offering to auspicious queen with power of life, supreme crystal tresses of dim light, to 4 families of the 5 sisters and 12 goddesses make offerings, patron deities of protectors, protectors of Kagyu lineage, and ocean of perfect guardians, protect the yogins with offerings, a veil of smoke cleanses samaya, purifying all vows, defilements, vows from contact with all filthy things, as well as of all impurities, profound means attainment, washed in smoke, please repair the breakage of all vows, pacify obstructive conditions, realize all our aims with the Dharma. Listen, lofty praise of protectors, glory Dharma, Savioress, outer inner substances, glory Dharma, Savioress, clouds of offerings infinite, glory Dharma, Savioress, songs of praise are devotion, glory By the power of virtue, Dharma free of obstacles, gain level of Dakini, dry up cyclic existence. Thank you.
Thank you, Dada. Auntie, can you hear?
Thank you, Khenpo.
Yes, Khenpo, I can hear you now. Mahakala.
Mahakala, please.
Yes. Huh. Sorry, I'm having a little problem. It'll be a second. 129. Got it. Okay. Rotate.
Oh, we have to take some more. Oh, we have to take some more. Oh, we have to take some more. Oh, we have to take some more.
Oh, please consider me. Oh, please consider me. Oh, please consider me. Glorious Vajra Guardian, Great Black One, Mahakala, and glorious Great Baharuvra, Haruka, Shakasambhara. By nature, you are one within Dharmata. In essence, you are the same within exalted wisdom. In character, you are equaled in unhindered activity. Hero who defeats all unfavorable circumstances. You are the foremost lord of all appearance and existence. Gods and demons, fierce protector who is the great leader of activity oppressors. Invincible sovereign of radiant splendor, you protect awareness holding yogins as if they were your own children and assess the concentration of oath-bound practitioners. And are endowed with the radiance of peace, the splendor of increasing, the power of magnetizing activity, and are swift in activities of liberating savage foes and hindrances. Your mighty skill to protect the teachings is superb. Powerful Lord Dorje Dratsalchen, great war god of yogins, please think of me. Abiding on the sacred ground of Vajra Haruka's enlightened body, speech, and mind, I, a yogin, engage in practice to attain unsurpassed enlightenment. Act so as to conquer obstacles to the path of supreme bliss and the dread of the four maras. Please cause me to encounter the samadhi escort that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on perverted paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn towards freedom and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May gods, demons, and men be overpowered, and at all times, in every circumstance, may enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common cities unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances for perverted views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and prevail. Ma Shri, by the power of compassion and previous aspirations, Achi Choki Droma, arise from the basic space of phenomena and look upon us from the expanse of exalted wisdom. Miraculously descend upon this activity mandala. Mother Achi, daughter of Nanam, powerful lady, Dharmatara, Wisdom Tara, Samaya Tara, Magnetizing Goddess, Flesh-Eating Karmadakini, Noble Lady Tashi Suringma, Mio Loksama, Tekar Josama, Thingy Shalsama, and Chopin Drinksama, protectors of the lineage forefathers, protectors of frightening hermitages, protectors with Samaya, who pledged to protect the teachings of the Kagyu lineage. Your effulgent wisdom never fades, your compassion never withholds, your blessings are close, and your power unobstructed. All of you bless us yogins in our retinue with your enlightened body. Bless us with your enlightened speech. Bless us with your enlightened mind. Bless us with your enlightened qualities. Bless us with your enlightened activities. Act so as to conquer adverse circumstances and the dread of the four maras. Please cause me to encounter the samadhi escort that will guide me on the true path. Thus, until I attain enlightenment, help me not to walk on perverted paths with body, speech, and mind, but cause my mind to turn towards freedom and enlightenment. May all unfavorable circumstances in this world be vanquished. May perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and increase. May gods, demons, and men be overpowered, and at all times, in every circumstance, may enlightened activities be accomplished according to my supplications. As you are the glory and the guardian of all beings, please perform activities to grant supreme and common cities unobstructedly and effortlessly. May I vanquish all unfavorable circumstances, the enemies and hindrances with perverted views and the like, and may perfect auspiciousness and goodness pervade and prevail. Zaya, Zaya, Siddhi, Siddhi, Pala, Pala. Thank you.
Are you talking, Khenpo? Did you say something?
Did you say something? Did you say something?
Who do you want to do it? And you have a huge echo.
I mute them.
Mary, can you do? Hello, can you hear?
Yes, yes. All right, I'll do it. Page 6. Out of the mandala of Dharmakaya's great bliss, you protect against dangerous diseases such as epidemics and against untimely death. I pay homage to you, mother of wish-fulfilling activities, golden color, Parnashivari, sitting on a lotus seat. Your main face is yellow, the right face blue, and the left face white. Your hair is bound up in a top knot, and you are full of splendor. I pay homage to the divine body of the goddess who grants accomplishments. Illustrious one, you are the embodiment of wisdom and compassion. You dwell in the midst of masses of fire, which is burning like the fire at the end of time. With your 3 faces and 6 arms, you look terrifying and wrathful. I pay homage to you, who has one leg outstretched and the other bent. Wearing a robe of leaves, holding a bow and arrow, a battle axe, and a bundle of branches, Parnashivari, you display the threatening mudra and hold a vajra. I pay homage to you, great mother, protectress of beings. The crown of myself as Parnashivari consists of the 5 victorious ones. From their hearts flow streams of milky nectar, filling my body. Thus visualize, in this way, all wrongdoings and obscurations are purified. Om Pishatse Pana Shavari Sarvamari Prashamani. 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 Om Pishatse Pana Shavari
Pashamane home, Beshaze, Pane Shavare, Savamare, Pashamane home, Om Benzar Sato Samaya, Mane Palaya, Benzar Sato Dinoba, Titanendo me bawa, Sobe Kayo me bawa, Sobe Kayo me bawa. Anerado me bhavai sarvai siddhi minjayansa sarvai karmai siddhane siddhan sheyang karaho aho bangave sarvata bangata benzarmani menza benzarbama samaya sado.
May the great Vajradhara, the true Lama, who is the essence of all the Buddhas, grant the auspiciousness of the goddess Parnashavari to all beings of the three realms without exception and to myself. Glorious goddess Parnashavari, you liberate all others and myself from the infliction of great harm. Having taken refuge in you, sublime goddess, please protect us from all dangers. Thank you.
Mary. David, Abura, can you do the supplication, Tara?
Yes, Khenpo. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. In the rear of Bon Mother, the Dharmadhatu, abides the Reverend Mother, the Deity Tara. She bestows happiness on all sentient beings. I supplicate Mother Tara of Dharmadhatu to protect us from all fears. Not realizing oneself as Dharmakaya, the minds of sentient beings are overpowered by negative emotions. These beings wandering in samsara are my mothers. I supplicate Mother Tara, Deity of great compassion, please protect us. In the meaning of the Dharma is not born in one's heart. One just follows the word of conventional meaning. We are deceived by delusional philosophical views and dogmas. I supplicate Mother Tara of perfect wisdom, please protect us. It is difficult to understand our own mind is Buddha mind. Seeing nature but not familiarizing with it through practice, we are lost in unwholesome worldly activities. I supplicate Mother Tara of perfect mindfulness, please protect us. The absolute nature of mind is self-arising, non-dual Buddha wisdom. Yet because of the habitual grasping to dualistic conception, we are bound by it no matter what we do. I supplicate Mother Tara of non-dual wisdom, please protect us. Although we abide in the perfect meaning of absolute truth, we do not understand the interdependence of cause and effect on the relative level. We are ignorant about the true reality of phenomena. I supplicate Mother Tara of true truth, omniscience, please protect us. Like the nature of space, which is beyond all conceptual limits, the reality of all conditioned phenomena is no different from that. But there are disciples on the path who don't realize it. I supplicate Mother Tara of perfect enlightenment of the three kayas, please protect us.
The Tibetan.
Okay. Makewame pecho yina, yuchen sula modro machu, densechen kula de terma, daji pakule yatu sor, rancho koji palma shepa, senyo mo wadu yupaji, mako wajan pa senchesha, Yulamo yogi yatu sol. Shonyine yulama yepal. Tanye singi yendrane. Dutage pelupala. Yuyanda yilamo yatu sol. Topaka warangi sen. Tonego parme chepal. Shawan ye pala. Yudren pala moya tu sol. Serra yuyi me yela. Niusu simpe vajaji. Jita chenja jingana. Tani me kila moya tu sol. Yanda yidola neche yang. Yudre yitendre me chepe. Seche dola mo pala. Yukun yengi la mo yatu sol. Trodena kan sengi chem. Tanche de da ye meji. Da yulo mega sala. Yuson sa ye yatu sol. Thank you, Khenpo.
Abdullah. And now it's nature and the role. Can you do the Amitabha Buddha?
Yes, Khenpo.
Yes, Khenpo. Emaho, marvelous Buddha, making boundless light, Lord of great compassion on your right. On your left, the Sattva with great powers, countless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas round. There is marvelous, countless happiness in the land that's called they watch it. Then when I and others pass, may we swiftly cut off all the other births. Born there we'll see Amitabha's face. Now I chant this aspiration prayer. Bodhisattvas, Buddhas on 10 sides, bless us to gain life free of obstacles. Teyata pensadriya hawa Buddha naya soha. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Emaho no sar sanye nam swata yedang yesu yo wotu chen podang yondu sempa tu chen tob nangla sanye yang sempag me kor hikor Geki no sar tu me pari dewa chen se chawe sing kang der. Daksendine se po yulmata, kiewa zenji barma choparu. Deru kine nang te se shong cho, de kidaji mon lap tapari. Chochu sangye yang san tam sheki, kig me drupar linji lap tu sol. Teyata pensadriya hawa Buddha naya soha. Changchuk semchok Rinpoche. Ma kye panam kye yudachik. Kye panyam pame paryam. Gong ne gong du per waracho. Thank you, Khenpo.
Thank you. Draw in the nature. Om mane padme Om mane padme Om. Om mane padme Om. Om mane padme Om. Om mane padme Om mane padme Om. Om mane padme Om. Om mane padme Om. Om mane padme Om. chatron. Every being
Every being ailing with disease be freed at
once from every malady. May all the sickness
living peace on
Every being ailing with temperament in him.
every
Free at
being
once
ailing
from
with
every
disease be
malady.
freed
May all
at
the
once from
sickness
every
malady. May all the sickness that free
instantly and
may every
permanently.
being
May
ailing with
every
him.
being
Free at once from malady. May all the
every
sickness
being
free at once
ailing
from
with
every
disease
malady.
be
May
freed
all
at
the
once
sickness
from
that
every
free the living
malady.
beings.
May all the sickness that afflicts the living instant permanently. Samchung Bajinipa, Yorduna Atak to Chungwami Parch, Tuna Bajinipa, Ching Jawani Malapatak to Chungwami, Never Darju to Jawani Malapatak,
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, beautiful Khenpo. Thank you, everyone.
Beautiful.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Khenpo.
Thank you,
Bye, everyone.
Khenpo.
See you at 2.
Bye.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. See you at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.